In the vast tapestry of biblical accounts, there are stories that resonate deeply, not just for their historical significance, but for the profound awe they inspire. Today, we embark on a journey into one such narrative, a tale that defies the laws of nature and unveils the boundless power of God. Imagine a day when the heavens themselves paused in reverence, when the sun and moon stood still at the command of Joshua. This is a story that fills the heart with wonder and beckons us to explore the miraculous events that unfolded. Join us as we step into the pages of history, where the ordinary gave way to the extraordinary and faith triumphed over the impossible. Our journey takes us back to a pivotal moment in the history of the Israelites. Joshua, the valiant leader appointed by God to guide his people into the promised land, found himself facing an imminent threat. The Amorite kings of the southern region had united against the Israelites, and their forces gathered at the city of Gibeon. As the Israelite army marched to defend Gibeon, a formidable challenge lay before them. The day was drawing to a close, and twilight cast its shadow upon the battlefield. Victory was within their grasp, but time was running out. The fading light threatened to rob them of their triumph. It's at this critical juncture that Joshua, a man of unwavering faith, turned his eyes to the heavens. He cried out to the Creator of the sun and moon, acknowledging that the battle was not just a physical one but a spiritual one. With a heart full of faith, he made a request that defied the laws of nature and stunned all who heard it. Now, let's turn to the biblical account in Joshua 10 verses 12 to 14 for the precise words that captured this incredible moment. Then Joshua spoke to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the sons of Israel, and he said in the sight of Israel, O sun, stand still at Gibeon, and O moon in the valley of Ajalon. So the sun stood still, and the moon stopped until the nation avenged themselves of their enemies. And there was no day like that before it or after it when the Lord listened to the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. In this astounding moment, the Almighty heeded Joshua's plea, commanding the celestial bodies to halt their usual course. Daylight remained, and the battle raged on. The sun and moon, obedient to the Creator's command, bore witness to this miraculous intervention. Victory was secured, and the enemies of Israel were defeated. As we continue our journey through this extraordinary narrative, remember that the foundation of this account lies in the pages of the Holy Scriptures. The words we read are not mere tales, but a testament to the divine power that transcends human understanding. As we ponder this awe-inspiring event in the life of Joshua, there are profound lessons and spiritual truths that beckon us to explore further. Joshua's unwavering faith and his audacious request to the Creator of the universe serve as a beacon of inspiration for all who read this account. Let us delve into the heart of this miraculous narrative and extract the invaluable lessons it offers. The supernatural aspect. The very fact that we are recounting a story where God halted the movement of the sun and moon speaks volumes about the supernatural aspect of our faith. In Joshua 10 verses 1 to 5, we witness not only the sun standing still, but also hailstones sent by God to aid his people. It's a reminder that our God is not bound by the laws of nature. He can suspend them for the sake of his divine purpose. The power of faith and belief. At the core of this story lies the unwavering faith and belief of Joshua. He didn't allow the fading light or the size of the enemy force to deter him. Instead, he lifted his eyes to the heavens and dared to ask the impossible. Joshua teaches us that our faith in God's supernatural power can move mountains, or in this case, even celestial bodies. The importance of prayer. Joshua's plea was essentially a prayer, a fervent cry to God for divine intervention. It reminds us of the significance of prayer in our lives. Just as Joshua boldly approached God with his request, we too can bring our challenges, fears, and hopes before the Almighty in prayer. God's miraculous intervention. The narrative underscores God's direct involvement in the affairs of his people. He sent hailstones and commanded the sun and moon to stand still for the sake of his chosen ones. This serves as a reminder that God is not a distant observer, but an active participant in our lives. His miraculous interventions are a testament to his love and care for us. Now, let's draw spiritual parallels from Joshua's experience. When we face battles in our own lives, whether they be physical or spiritual, we can emulate Joshua's unwavering faith and reliance on God's supernatural power. Just as Joshua's request defied natural laws, we should be unafraid to bring our seemingly impossible situations to God in prayer. We must remember that God's miracles are not confined to the pages of the Bible. He continues to work wonders in our lives today, and our faith should be anchored in His extraordinary capabilities. As we read about the sun standing still, it's a call to stand still in our own lives and trust in God's providence. The hailstones that aided the Israelites remind us that God can use unexpected means to deliver us from our adversaries. In our journey through this narrative, let us internalize these spiritual truths. Just as Joshua and the Israelites witnessed God's supernatural power, we too can experience His miraculous interventions when we place our faith, belief, and trust in Him. Now, dear friend, let us bridge the gap between this ancient narrative and the circumstances of your own life. The account of Joshua's extraordinary encounter with God holds profound relevance for us today. Do not lose hope. Just as Joshua and his people faced formidable challenges on the battlefield, you may find yourself in situations that appear insurmountable. It's precisely at these moments that you should remember Joshua's unyielding spirit. Do not lose hope, for our God specializes in turning the impossible into reality. Have faith in God. The essence of Joshua's story lies in his unshakable faith in God's ability to intervene. Have faith in the same God who made the sun stand still and sent hailstones to aid His people. He hasn't changed, and His power is as real today as it was then. Believe that He can work wonders in your life. Prayer in times of difficulty. Just as Joshua cried out to God in his hour of need, you too can turn to Him in prayer. Whether you're facing personal battles, health challenges, family issues, or spiritual conflicts, remember that prayer is your direct line to the one who controls all things. Dare to bring your impossible situations to Him. Trust in God's miracles. The God of miracles still reigns. Just as He halted the celestial bodies for Joshua, He can halt the destructive forces that threaten you. Trust in His divine interventions, which often come in unexpected ways. Standing still in trust. When the world around you seems chaotic and time is racing, be like the sun standing still, steadfast and unwavering in your trust in God's providence. In moments of uncertainty, stand still in faith, knowing that God is in control. God's power in your battles. Just as hailstones aided the Israelites, God can use unlikely means to bring victory in your battles. His power knows no bounds, and He can use the unexpected to turn the tide in your favor. Incorporate these lessons into your life. As Joshua's story encourages us not to lose hope and to place our faith in God's supernatural power, let it serve as a reminder that your challenges can also be opportunities for God to display His extraordinary capabilities. So, dear reader, as you face the complexities of life, remember the day the sun and moon stood still. Remember Joshua's faith, his audacious prayer, and God's miraculous response. Let it be a source of encouragement, hope, and unwavering faith in your own journey. Throughout this narrative, we have marveled at the boundless power of God. We've witnessed His ability to command the elements, halt the movement of celestial bodies, and send hailstones as His mighty weapons. These miraculous feats should leave us in awe, reminding us that God's power knows no limits. Consider this: just as God's authority over the laws of nature allowed the sun and moon to stand still, His authority over our lives is equally profound. The same God who performed these astonishing acts still watches over us today. His power, like the universe itself, is immeasurable and uncontainable. Faith and belief are central to this story. Joshua's unwavering faith in God's promise and his audacious prayer serve as timeless examples for us. Remember, my dear friend, that nothing is impossible with God. Your challenges, no matter how daunting, are opportunities for God to display His extraordinary capabilities. As we've seen, faith in God's ability to intervene can move mountains, or in Joshua's case, make the sun stand still. In conclusion, let us recap the key messages we've explored together. The story of Joshua and the day the sun and moon stood still is a testament to God's limitless power, His faithfulness, and the importance of unwavering faith in the face of adversity. As you navigate the complexities of life, never forget the God who halted the very heavens for His people. In your own battles, whether they be physical, emotional, or spiritual, rely on Him just as the children of Israel relied on Him for victory. Our God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He is still the God of miracles, still the God of the impossible. When you encounter challenges that seem insurmountable, Remember the day the sun and moon stood still. Remember Joshua's faith, his audacious prayer, and God's miraculous response. Let this story be a beacon of hope and a reminder of the extraordinary power of the God you serve. In the face of life's storms and trials, stand unwavering in your faith, knowing that the same God who made the sun stand still can make a way for you. Trust in His promises, seek Him in prayer, and let your faith move mountains. May you go forth with renewed confidence in the God of the impossible, and may you experience His miraculous power in your own journey.